Hello everybody. In this video we are going to create a spawn system, enemy spawn system, and we will use the static types. So it is a practical example of using static methods inside C#. So let's start creating our scripts. So first script we need is the spawn manager script. So we can add a spawn manager script and we will open this in Visual Studio, and also we need a game object for adding this script on, and we will name that game object as spawn managers, and it will take some time. Okay, now we will create a new game object and we can name it spawn manager. Any other name you can also assign. So we can drag drop this script on this game object, and now that is available inside our Unity game. So first of all we need a game object which will be our enemy. So we will say public game object, and that can be enemy prefab. Okay, we will make one prefab of enemy, and then we can spawn that enemy. And the another variable we need is public, and we will make it static, so that variable will be available throughout the game. So public static int, and we can say it enemy count. So this is a very good example of understanding static members. So here we will say if input dot get key down, and we can say key code dot space, and then what will happen? So we'll say that instantiate we will instantiate enemy prefab. Okay, so it will instantiate enemy prefab whenever we will press space key. So that's great. This is our spawn manager script, and now we will move to the another section. So we definitely need an enemy to be spawn. So for enemy we can create any item, for example 3D object cube, and then we can name this cube to enemy, and we will add a script for this cube. So create a new script, and we will say enemy, and let's open this inside Visual Studio. And for enemy script, what we will do, okay, yeah, enemy script is okay, we will use two methods here, 1 and 2, and that will be some newer methods for you. And we will say public void on enable. Okay, so this is also a built-in method, and on enable what we want to do. So we will say spawn manager dot enemy count plus plus. When it will be enabled, enemy count should be increased, And the another method we need is public void on disable, and on disable we will make it minus minus. So let's copy this, and here we will make it minus minus, so we will decrease the amount. And one more method we need for destruction, and we can name it void die, or any other name you can assign. And okay, we will say it enemy die method, and here we will say that it should be destroy, and we will say this dot game object, and we want to destroy this enemy after some seconds. So we will say random dot range. If you want to destroy it after random seconds, then we can say 2 to 5 seconds, for example. Okay, so now enemy will be destroyed after 2 to 5 seconds. So that's nice. Now we will call this method inside on enable, because we need to enemy to be died if it is enabled. So enemy die function will call here. So that's great, it's our enemy script. Okay, now we will create another script, and this enemy script will be placed on this enemy, and we will place this enemy script here. And now we can make prefab of this enemy. So in prefabs, or okay, we will make it here, no problem. We can drag drop this enemy here, and now this is a prefab. Now we can delete this enemy from here. Okay, so this is our prefab. It contains script, enemy script. Okay, so now we need another script, and that will be UI manager. Okay, and we will open the script in Visual Studio as well, and here we will create some UI as well. So first of all, we will create a UI, and then text, and we can name it active enemies, and we will make it 2D, so we can analyze our, we will place it here. And for camera, we can make camera to be any color. The background should be black, so in game view we can see it like this. And this text, we will make it white, and also we will make size to 60 maybe, so it will be bigger, and overflow. So now it's quite big, and that's nice. So we'll see the spawning result here. Okay, so now we will open the script UI manager, and here what we will do, first of all we will add our library for UI using Unity engine, dot UI, and then we can add our variable. So for displaying the text, we can add public and then text. It will be bigger T, and then we can name this text, for example active enemies, enemy text. Okay, so that's nice. Now we will create a method here, so we can delete these two methods and we will create a new method, public void, and we can name it update count, and here we can say active enemy text dot text. Okay, it will be equal to, now we can say here active enemies plus spawn manager dot enemy count, and it will display the enemy counts now. Okay, so that's great. We have added the UI script. Now in enemy script we will update the UI. Okay, so first of all we will call the UI, and here on the top we will say private UI manager script. Okay, and we can name it, for example, UI, like this, and then we will say on enable before enemy die we will say UI equal to game object dot find and we will say UI manager, for example. Sorry, it will be in inverted commas dot get object get component, and then we will assign the component UI manager. Okay, so in this way we will get the UI manager component, and then we will say UI dot update count function. Okay, so that's nice. And similarly we will copy this, and we want to update count after disabling as well. Okay, when it will be died. So we can save this script, and this game object we want to create. So copy this and we will move to Unity, and here we will create another game object. We will name it UI manager. The same name should be here, and we will drag drop UI manager script over here, and here you can see active enemy text, and we will drag drop this text over here. Okay, and in spawn manager now you can see there is a field of enemy prefab, and we will drag drop enemy prefab here. So now I think we are ready, and everything is in place. So let's play the game and let's see what happens. So you press space, you can see one enemy spawns and it gone after some seconds. So we'll spawn some more enemies like this, and now you will see that will be destroyed after some seconds. Okay, you can see on the left enemy clones are created, by pressing space, and now these are gone after some seconds. So that's it. This is a practical example of static types. So that's nice for this video. In next video we will move further.